Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And as I did yesterday, I'm doing another video outside, so excuse the odd sound of a bird, and I do live in suburban Auckland, so you may hear a car or a truck roaring by at some point, but the light's so good out here that I just thought it would be fun. And it's a lovely, because we're in the southern hemisphere, it's a lovely warm summer's day here, so where better place than to be outside and talking to you about watches. And today I thought I'd talk to you about sizes. Which watch size, try saying that when you've had a beer, which watch size is the best size for my wrist? That's the question that I wanted to answer today. And I've got a very simple answer to that, and I've got a bit of detail around why I think what I do. And the answer that I have to which watch size is best for your wrist, well, the answer is whatever size you like, and probably all of them. There is no right or wrong answer to that question, guys. And I've got a really good example here of three really beautiful Omegas from the early 2000s. Over on the far left there, you can see the 36mm Omega Seamaster. That's actually a quartz watch as well, you'll see. I'll show you that in more detail in a minute. I've also got a 41mm Omega Seamaster 2254.50. And over here on the right hand side here, we've got the chunky boy. We've got a 45.5mm Omega Planet Ocean 2208.5. So what I wanted to do, guys, was just show you each of these watches on the wrist, and also give you my view on why all three of these watches will suit you at a different point in time or in your life, or depending on what you're doing through the day. So I'll start with a 36mm, guys, and just to qualify this, I have a 7.25 inch wrist. So with a 7.25 inch wrist, you'd think, well, look, a 36mm watch is probably not going to work all that well, is it? Now, tell me what you think, guys. What you can see with this 36mm watch is a lot of bracelet. So the great thing about the 36mm size, and your eye adapts to it the more you look at it, I will say that too, the 36mm size shows you, on my 7.25 inch wrist, shows you a lot of bracelet. Now, there are massive advantages to having a lot of bracelet on show, and one of them is that I think, guys, that having a lot of bracelet on show on your wrist shows, it kind of gives the watch a bit more of a gentleman's refinement kind of effect. You actually starts to look like a piece of jewelry rather than just a huge clock that's on your wrist. So I would typically use a 36mm watch if I wanted to keep a fairly low profile, or if I just wanted to go somewhere quite nice, maybe for a nice dinner with my wife, maybe for lunch, maybe for a meeting at work where I didn't want to sort of fly too high above the radar. A 36mm watch with a little bit of bracelet on show is kind of giving you a bit of a formal look, a bit of a gentleman's look, if you don't mind me saying, and I think it's quite a refined and subtle look. So that's where I would typically put on a 36mm watch. Moving on from that, of course, we've got the 41mm. Now this would be considered, I suppose, the 41mm might be considered the standard one size fits all for all occasions. So here it is. This is the 2254.50. You can see I've actually got this on a NATO today. I'm having a bit of a NATO thing at the moment, so I'll just stick this on my wrist now and show you what a 41mm looks like on a 7.25 inch wrist. So there you go. Look, this is the standard watch aesthetic, isn't it? This is what a standard watch looks like on a man's wrist. 41mm, kind of just about will suit anybody's wrist. So this is considerably larger than the 36mm. There is a massive difference between 36 and 41. It doesn't sound like a lot. And when you look at the specs, you think, well, how much of a difference can it make? It does make a massive difference, of course. The great thing about these Omegas, and I've said this before, is they're very, very thin. So this particular 41mm probably wears a little bit small, certainly compared to the standard 41mm of the current generation of Tudors and Omegas. Not so much the Rolex, because they've managed to keep their watches on the thin side, a bit like this one. But yeah, look, 41mm, pretty much anybody can wear a 41mm watch and get away with it. And then of course, you know, you look at the over on the right hand side there, you look at the big boy, the Chunky Monkey, you know, the 45.5mm Planet Ocean. This is a big watch, guys. This is about as big as watches can get without looking ridiculous. And I have tried on the Rolex, the new Rolex, what's that, a 50mm diameter dive watch. Guys, it's ridiculous. It's way too big. That's a safe watch, you know, that's a display watch. That's not a watch when you get up to 50mm that can be worn on the wrist by anybody except possibly King Kong or Andre the Giant or somebody like that. It's not a standard watch size that anybody can wear. So what I'm showing you here is what it looks like on my 7.25 inch wrist. It's a beautiful watch, I will say. For a 45.5mm diameter watch, this is actually quite thin. Again, you know, a lot of the watches these days are very thick. This is actually quite a thin watch for such a large diameter. When would I wear this watch? Look, it's a big, chunky, vibrant, sporty watch. You know, when you put this watch on, people are going to see it. It's hanging off the wrist there. You know, it's dripping off of the wrist, even though it's got a beautiful, and I've talked about this bracelet before, the particular bracelet that Omega make is absolutely gorgeous because the clasp actually sits nice and flush. See how flush the clasp is there, you know, to the links. This sits really nice and flat on the wrist. So this is a big watch, but I don't think it's too big. I think it's about as big as a guy can really get away with, just to wear as an everyday watch. But going back to what I said, you know, you can pretty much wear all of these sizes. There's no real right and wrong with these. It just depends, and I think this is my point, guys. It really just depends on what you're doing and where you're going, and, you know, who are you going to be with, what kind of an environment are you going to be in, because all of these watches will work for you one way or another. And my view is that if you want to have a really good watch collection with some variety, then you should have a variety of sizes as well. You know, we can all sit there and ogle 41mm watches. We can have a sub, we can have a Seamaster, we can have a Tudor Black Bay. You know, we could have a watch case full of the same size watch sizes. But I think a truly good, varied, wholesome collection of watches has a different size watch for every occasion. So guys, that's just my view on it. I don't think there is a particular size of watch that suits any particular size of wrist. I think it just depends on you being you and wearing a watch that suits the occasion that you're going to be in and the environment that you're going to be in. So guys, let me know what you think. Just a quick outside video, and I'll be shooting some more over the next few days. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks guys.